Good morning, everybody. It's me. My name is Juniper Bloom Mystique. At least that's what Spirit calls me. My natural born name is Brianna. I am not your regular star seeder light worker. I am the one who brought about the ascension. Meaning, I've done a lot of things to the earth, okay? So I didn't just do things to the people. I don't just heal people to do the ascension. I did it to the earth. I moved the poles, I shifted the poles, I activated a lot of pyramids, not the ones you think of usually. These are ones that are hidden, dormant, that weren't really of focus. Did things to the moon, the sun. And this is important because what I talk about is not exactly normal. The way I talk about things isn't exactly normal. I've had one hell of a ride, one hell of a twin flame journey. Because I am the one who solely united the twin flames on my own. That was the return of Christ. Okay, and it fully kind of played out through this last Christmas. But according to Spirit, I'm not done. And that's a big part of the message today. The Spirit had something to say, so I have my cards here. I have my green heart chakra bowl. Okay. To help open the heart space. So they want to talk a little bit about fear. But in truth, I don't know the whole message yet. I'm like, okay, they told me what decks to pull out. I got my heart chakra bowl, and they wanted to talk about fear a little bit. So pay attention to our fears. Our fears are coming up for a big reason right now. They have messages of healing in them, okay? And when fears come up, we always try to redirect, right? Like, which way do I need to go? Let's avoid that fear. Much like we do with most of our emotions. But there's a deep layer of fear coming out here. A deep layer. And I can feel it. I can feel it like attached within the space. It's a deep layer of fear. Now, some of you know the other day I did a healing for the divine masculine and divine feminine for Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and it was a good healing. Let me tell you, I went into a lot of crying after, a lot of processing with the twin flame journey, and it was kind of like an ego annihilation for the DM, because when he and I became connected, I took on his stuff now, where I'd already healed it for the other, so it is like a reset in a way. So there's a lot of things coming out there that I've been processing. But for everybody, no matter if you did that healing or not, there's fear here for a reason. Okay, so pay attention to where fear is rising. That's what Spirit is saying. Where in your life is fear rising? There's a message there. There's a challenge there. There's deep soul growth possible there, okay? This is deep fears, fears of another kind, right? These are fears that we usually succumb to. It's like I talked about the other day, the vulnerabilities. It's kind of right along with those. Okay, vulnerabilities, now we've got fears. Where's our fears? Where's our fears taking us? What are they keeping us behind? Why are our fears coming up, especially right now in a big way on certain things, right? So what certain things is triggering your fears? There's something there. There's huge growth here that takes you way beyond the matrix, okay? That's what it's about. There's huge growth here that takes us way beyond the matrix into a place our system doesn't really know. And where the fear is within you, within your life, is where you need to grow at this time. Okay, that is where we need to grow at this time. So pay attention to your fears. Pay attention to your fears. I have fears, right? I think all of us do in some way, shape, or form right now. They're just coming through in different areas. And this is very important. This is Spirit's message right now. Okay, we must pay attention to our fears. Where are they coming out? Where are they nudging you? Where are they holding you back? Because within the collective, it's an ego annihilation. Okay, that's what that healing did the other day especially. And I told you guys whether you do it or not, it's going to affect the collective. That's what I do. I affect the collective in a very big way, and so does my DM. Welcome. Welcome to our world. We don't have to do anything, and yet we're that responsible. And it's true. And so it's a big ego annihilation in order to redirect us into what is real and what is right. And it can hurt. It cannot feel good. It does spark fears. It does spark fears in a very big way. Okay, but what we need to do is tune into those those feelings of fear. Tune deep into the core of those feelings. Where are those feelings truly coming from? And that's not easy to do because fear is a big one that we all tend to push down, and run from. You actually literally need to go into the heart of it and meet it with the opposite of what it's been met with. Okay? So it's just like in the shadow course that I teach, that I put out to eliminate your shadow for the ascension. It's actually literally a healing for the ascension and to heal your shadow. If you want that, I'll put the link below because that will absolutely heal your shadow for the ascension. But it's kind of like that. I teach in there how to recognize the shadow, how to heal the shadow on your own. Plus I do a meditation that heals your shadow. But I teach in there how to meet it, how to do it. And it's kind of like that. It's kind of like meeting it with the opposite of what it was created with. Okay? So you have to stand strong against the fear and do it with the opposite of what it is ailing you. Okay? It doesn't necessarily mean if you're afraid of heights to go jump off a cliff, but maybe it does at the same time. Okay, please don't do that though. Okay, disclaimer. I am not telling anybody to go jump off a cliff. You cannot fly. Okay? I don't care. I have powers. I have superpowers. Yes, I do. I cannot fly. I will not jump off a cliff. We are not Superman up in here. Okay? Our magic, our powers are energetic at best. We can move things. We can move mountains, but please don't jump off a cliff. Okay? Gravity is real, and we cannot fly. And maybe miracles can happen, yes. Then again, can they really? Like, I remember somebody telling me about a story of a bird that turned into something else, like 2 birds, and I'm like, was that really real? Yeah, there's limited stuff there, okay? So just be aware. Do not jump off of a cliff. I don't care how afraid of you are of heights, that's not your solution, okay? But in truth, if you are afraid of heights, there's something you can do within your reality to help combat that. Okay. Other than jumping off a cliff, what are you afraid of? Right? Are you afraid of speaking in public? There's a correlation there I want you to look into. If you're afraid to jump off a cliff, are you afraid to speak in public? Are you afraid of being chastised? Are you afraid of what people think about you? Okay. There's deeper layers to our fear and why they come about. So it's not just surface. We have layers upon layers. Why do I do this? Why do I do that? On my twin flame journey, that's what I had to do. It was a lot of, okay, what is this? How do I get to the bottom of that? How do I get to the bottom of that? And that's how I saved my original DM's soul. Okay. So, that's kind of what Spirit's talking about right now, is there's fear in the heart space. Okay, it was like a huge hit to the ego annihilation of the divine masculine. And I felt it. Huge. And so it's being felt across the collective. Remember I told you Malachi took over the balance for that? And so this was a huge annihilation hit. And I've been feeling it. I've been going through it too. Makes a lot more sense. And this message was nudged by Spirit. Okay, so what all is going to come out here, I don't know. But I do know it's very important right now to look into fear. What are your fears telling you? Where are they trying to block you and misguide you? And it is time to meet those fears head on. Okay, but please do not jump off of a cliff, or if you have a fear of shooting somebody, there's a reason. That's a good fear. Don't go shoot anybody. Okay, this video only speaks to the light. Okay, don't do anything that ain't right, because I don't condone. It's a sad disclaimer, but true. So in the huge hit, take a look at where the fears are. They're going deep into the heart space. It's like tethers. I can see them like little strings holding on within the heart space. And it is like a string. It's almost like when you pull a tooth, it's like a little root canal, a little root that's hanging on to it. So let's just go into those fears and let's breathe through those fears, shine light into those fears and release those fears. And then do the opposite of what those fears are trying to keep you from doing. Okay? Within the light, please. Within not self-harm. Okay. All right, Spirit, what do we need to see from this deck? I want those. But it was an accident. They said no. So we have life force energy here, my friends. Life force energy. Okay. I like my camera. I feel like it does the colors better justice. Life force energy. Okay. This is like expansion. This one truly speaks to expansion, because then we also have co-creation. Okay. Co-creation, communication. This is opening up the heart in a very big way to speak and co-create. Somehow we haven't been co-creating. Okay. It is time for evolution. Okay. These energies are taking us into evolution, whether you want them to or not. We are evolving as a species. We truly are. We are evolving as a humankind. Okay. The planet is also evolving. And so we must, this was a huge annihilation to eliminate the vibrations that don't align with that. Okay. Luminescence. The heart. You see the heart? I have my heart chakra bowl. Been talking a lot about the heart. If you see, she's vibrating from the heart space. Okay. So in the new world, we must vibrate from the heart space. We must take heart-centered actions at every given moment. Okay. We must. If we are not, it throws us off. We're evolving. Okay. We have to come from a heart-spaced action to co-communicate, to co-create. Spirit is trying to co-create with us, but they must do it from a heart space. Okay. This is truly understanding that there's way more going on here. Life force energy. There's things rising within the collective whole that cause us to have to eliminate these fear bodies, these connections to the heart that are not of 5D. Okay. They're third dimensional. They're very limited in truth. Ego is very limited. It's very third dimensional. Okay. It's painful to eliminate, but it's a necessity. The shadow, it's a necessity. All right. And that's what this fear is truly talking about. This is deep layered fear that keeps you from co-creation. It's keeping you from evolving. And it blocks the life force energy. Okay. And that's why this fear is coming out right now. It is time to vibrate beyond that. Pay attention to what our vibration is that we are putting out from the heart space. Okay. And that can be difficult. It really can. Even on my journey, it's been difficult. I found myself in dark, dark places when those energies are rising. Okay. So be mindful of that. Can we go into a dark space? Yes, but it's our job to push it through to find that light again. Okay. So luminescence, be very mindful of how you're vibrating. Allow your vibration to change from your heart space. It is time to pay attention to the vibration we're emitting and be purposeful on the emission of the vibration we wish to bring back to us. Okay? This is true. And they're pointing at me too. It's like, pay attention to this. Okay? What vibration are we putting out? Because I've been in fear. I've been feeling it from my DM. From the journey, not necessarily from him, but like, oh fuck, right? Like another person has the power to keep hurting me again. And I hate that. I hate it. But I still have to move beyond that. Okay. So luminescence, pay attention to what we're illuminating. Pay attention to what we're pulling in and bringing out. All right. And what we're thinking about. We are evolving as a species in a very big way. This is huge. This is in real lifetime, which doesn't happen so much like that. So it's jarring on our systems, and I talk about that. It's important to pay attention to that co-creation and allow it to evolve as well. Okay. And so how we communicate with spirit is also evolving. Okay. It's changing. It's life force energy. There's different vibrations here that need to be picked up. And in order to do so, we eliminate the deeper layers of the fear. Okay. That's huge. That is part of the message that is coming out here for today. It's big there. So it's like, as these vibrations are coming in, they're not ones we've been able to receive before. especially with third dimensional aspects, right? The third dimensional traits that we're still carrying: fear, anger, jealousy, hatred, all of those things, and vulnerability, right? We are being requested to master vulnerability and fear, kind of go hand in hand, okay? When we become vulnerable, fear gets activated. And then once fear is activated, we generally close within, okay? Fear is a big one. It causes everybody to take the V, even though it did not make sense to how that came out, medically speaking, at all, okay? Most people will be able to look at that and go, something's wrong. That is not medically account. Like, it doesn't make sense, okay? So fear can make you do things that you wouldn't normally do. Fear is what they use to get the light out of the darkness, to get the darkness into the light. Fear is not making everything all right. Fear has to go, okay? In order to get on track, just follow where your compass is pointing you to go. Okay, that's the message. In order to get on track, just follow where your compass is pointing you to go. You can, and you can quickly. No worries. In order to get on track, just follow where your compass is requesting you to go. You can, and you can very quickly. No worries. Okay? Follow the compass. This one, oh shit. This one keeps coming out. I think these three fell in accident. All right. Get your face. I've had this one come out every time the last few days. Every time. And that one has too. So, just, there's partnerships and alliances here. Okay? Find the ones that do accept your vibration, that do hear your call. All right? It's like me. It's like, oh man, I get all bummed when people unfollow my channel. Why should I care about them? I shouldn't. They don't matter. Okay? The ones that do matter will always be there, and the numbers are insane. 333 and 11. 333 and 11. You see that? The numbers lately have been very much so like that. Have you paid attention to that in your environment? I've had so many 9s that were coming through right prior, and it was about releasing all of this stuff. And then what do is I go into a place where I don't want to feel it, right? We all can do that. So it's deep, heavy releasing, okay? And this just talks about evolution. It's time to let go of what doesn't work anymore. It's time to let go of the fear, to co-create in new ways, to do things we may not have ever done before, okay? And to pay attention to where our vibration is going. And only pay attention to those who are for you, not the ones that are against you, because it truly doesn't matter. There are tough partnerships and alliances here, and there is huge support for the right ones, okay? The ones who do align with you will absolutely love you and support you for exactly who you are. Stay in balance, okay? Big time, big time. Just like boo, 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 pointing at me too. Did nothing wrong. Just be in balance, okay? Recognition and reward. It is time for this, all right? And fertility. So pay attention to the ideas, the intuition that is around you, the heart-spaced actions. Okay, this is what I talked about. Very important to pay attention to those heart-spaced actions, to stay in balance, to follow those partnerships and alliances, to listen to those nudges from co-creative spirit, because we are evolving, okay? So let go of the fears and the old patterning that no longer serves you, that you used to do that doesn't work anymore. Know that there is new bonds, new partnerships, new alliances. It's all divinely guided. There's new ideas. There's new things coming through for you. It's new pathways. It's new things that may never have been there before. It is time for huge recognition and reward. And they keep pushing that to me too. And that can create fear in itself, right? It truly can. Like, I can't imagine having 50 million subscribers. But if people find out who I really am, because who I am is real. Okay? So let's consider that. You guys might consider that. Some people would be like, ooh, lots of people. That's what they want. And me, I'm like, oh shit, close down, close down. And so there's been so many times Spirit's like, open yourself up to that. Okay? It's time. We deserve to be recognized and rewarded for who we are, the trials and tribulations. And you know what? When Spirit says do this on our path and it seems crazy, people think we're crazy. Spirit will reward you. Okay, there is huge rewards on this path for doing things that don't quote unquote fit into the norm. All right, because God says our life right now is not normal. Why would you want to fit in? Our life right now is not normal. It's not meant to be normal. Those who fit in, we're not the ones who are meant to change the world. Those who don't are the ones who are meant to be here to change things up, to do things differently. And so, you know what? If you're afraid to do something that God says to do because you're afraid of people calling you crazy, fuck them quickly. You know what I'm saying? That I would do it anyways, and I would do it quickly. There's a difference between being crazy and doing things outside of the norm. There truly is, trust me, and I've had to play with that one big time because of who I am, what I've done. Also, coming from a psychology field, like, am I crazy? I check in on that a lot. I feel like my mental capacity can't keep up, and that is true, okay? There is some aspect of that. That's why we try not to think too much about these things. We go with our feelings, we go with our gut, and stay in logic, okay? That means we're not sitting here walking down the street naked saying, oh my God, right? Like, God is coming, we're all going to die. That's a little bit crazy. You see what I'm saying? But to say, oh, God wants me to do this, it may not fit into the norm, that's okay. How many people do you know that are spiritual that do that? It's not considered crazy, okay? We need to understand the definitions in which we are allowing to play, okay? It's also part of the message. Okay, so let's see what else. Ooh, is here. So yeah, it's like trying to create scenarios that don't exist anymore. Let them go, let them go, let them go. Okay, dedicated effort to which you wish the abundance to flow through from. All right, just put your effort where you wish the abundance to flow through from. And the DM is not done. That's what they're saying. So I'm like, am I done with my DM? We're just done? They're saying no. And we're not done on the journey either. There is actually missions for the DM to still complete and for myself. We are not done. And so be mindful. Okay? Be mindful. Just because Jesus and Mary Magdalene were united doesn't mean I'm done. And that's what they're saying. I still have a responsibility. Beneficiary. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. Ooh, look at that. Reaching out. Okay. It is time to reach out. There will be reaching out. It's time to reach out. Okay, we're not alone. We're not meant to do things alone. There's diversity for a reason. So reach out to the ones that matter. Reaching out. Somebody's refusing to see. Okay, we got refusing to see. Probably the DM. That's how I feel about it. Good fucking Lord. Stubborn, fear, refusing to see. They're blocking their messages. Okay? They're blocking their messages of love. They're blocking their messages. They're refusing to see. You need to reach out. You need to not refuse to see. You need to speak your truths, and you need to follow the path of love. Okay? You need to reach out. You need to stop refusing to see. You need to speak your truth, own your truth, and follow the path of love. So somebody needs to hear that. They need to reach out to the right people. They're refusing to see the real things here. And they're refusing to own their truth and align with that of true love. That's a warning. Okay? For whoever that one goes to, that's a warning. Let's see what else they have to say. Surrender. They have a surrender card they want here to me to bring out. And I feel like that probably is my DM. I'm going to deny that. Oh boy. Lord, help me with that. I don't know if I found out who he was or not. I don't know. I'm really questioning that journey ever since this new DM. Like, I've never felt so lost. It's really sucky. Really shitty, really sucky, and I don't know. I deserve love, that's for sure. So, that's scary. I would think if it is my DM, he would care more. That's what I would think. About God, about me, about himself, about the collective whole. Yep. So here we have surrender your ego. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others. And come from your heart. This is what I was talking about. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take actions and be confident that you have chosen the right path. You hear it? So this is very important for somebody. You need to surrender your ego. And that's what I told you. There's a huge ego elimination going on here, and it hurts me really bad. So I'm pretty sure it has to do with the DM. It hurts bad. And this has a lot to do with blue too. So there's, again, not owning your truth. You need to cultivate that gratitude. And it's about being of service to others. Where did that go? Coming from our heart, right? Where is the place of love? A big ego will work against you. It is not of God. But humility will further your goals. Okay? Surrendering to trust. Okay, surrendering to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. So that hurts my feelings too. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Okay. This goes with the entirety of the message. Lord, help me. I feel like I'm in almost the same boat as the DM, except for now it's not darkness. It's just the DM. It's time to cultivate gratitude, to be of service to others. That is something that I've, comes naturally from my heart. It's like, oh, God wants me to do this. I don't have to know why. I know that they want me to do this to help, period. It doesn't matter what I've sacrificed to help others either. That's why I'm probably different, right? That's why some of us are chosen ones and some are not. Humility, not ego. Ego works against you. Other people's strong opinions about what to do, like I said, they will always try to work against the DM. They will work against every bit of this journey for you, no matter who you are. They will work against you. Okay? It's because it's the asshole energy. It's that energy that tries to keep you from growth. It's ego. Okay? Be confident that you've chosen the right path. Even if our paths are different than others, it's the confidence that, yes, I have chosen the right path. There was something here for me. There's something here that God sees that I need to do. There's something here that's not normal, and that's okay. My path is different, and that's okay. My path is not normal from all of yours, and that is okay. Here's the thing. I didn't know who I was in the beginning. My life took a big abrupt turn, Kundalini awakening. All these things were coming through me. Literally, God told me that I had to accept who I was, allow myself to be myself and accept every bit of who I was. And my healings were weird. Like, I do healings that nobody else does. Nobody understood them. I couldn't get help on them. I was curing cancers, healing heart attacks, doing all this stuff. And I thought, cool, that's how I'm going to change the world. I can tell you what causes these cancers, what causes Parkinson's. I've seen it all. I've been healing it all. I thought that's what made me way different. It wasn't even that. I had to go way further than that. Okay, I remember the first time I was channeling alien language on Facebook. Like, part of me wanted to hide and go under a rock. Like, is this really coming out of me? This was really weird. It was not normal for me. People who knew me, it was not normal. Yeah, I had people thinking I went off the deep end for a minute. But it didn't matter. I kept following my path. I kept doing what I needed to do. And some of those people came back around and some did not. And the ones that did not, that's okay. I can clearly see now I don't align with them anymore. Okay. It is a hard journey. It's a hard path to be a chosen one, to be a starseed, to be a light worker, to be different. It's not easy. And you do always have people coming against you trying to take you off your path. They either can't see it or they're not meant to be there. Or maybe they're meant to be there to cause you to not listen to that part of your ego. Okay? Every little bit of it is about growth. Growth into who you are, growth into what's going on, what is for you. And you're affecting somebody. Right? So can't the DM see how much he affects me? I've been wondering that for a very long time. Beginning to think not. We get so lost in our own little worlds, we forget how much we affect those around us. Same with me. Maybe lately I haven't cared anymore. I'm like, yeah, I'll go smoke some pot. I don't care. All right? We need to realize that maybe it's a journey we don't all understand. And maybe it's okay to be different. And maybe it's okay to not fit in. Maybe it's okay that, you know what, there's more put on me than others. But it's because you can handle it and others cannot. Okay? So we need to surrender to that trust. Do not let people sway you. When you think about my first DM, he let all those, I remember Spirit calling him the peanuts from the nut gallery. He let them sway him and he's dead. Okay? Some of us have bigger purposes than others. And when you do, there will always be people who have strong opinions to keep you from it. It doesn't matter. The people that change the world went against that popular opinion. Tesla was not as popular when he was alive as he is now. Einstein was not as popular when he was alive as he is now. We need to consider these things. Okay? Their glorifications are not accurate. And 9 out of 10 times, most of the rewards come after they were gone. Okay? People were chastised. People did go against the norm. And that's how they created ripples in the world. They don't give it to people who fit in and who are supposed to be like everybody else. Because then how are you going to change things? Okay? So when people come against you and go, oh, you're supposed to do this. Well, no, my heart says this. I'm sorry, I have to go. And then watch the beauty unfold and watch everything go, oh, now I get it. And then you can watch that other person rise because you finally chose to rise. But if you don't, those people that tried to sway you, they can't rise either. This reminds me of theta healing. Like when you go into deep theta healing, your psyche tries to escape. There are people who will try to escape that healing. Part of it's ego. Part of it is that, it's that darkness. It doesn't want to let go. It's a darkness. It doesn't want to let go of your soul. Okay? So who are you going to listen to here? Are you going to fall into the fear or are you going to surrender your fear? That is the question. It's time to let the fear go. Surrender, trust, and let go of ego. Knowing that we're supposed to be game changers. You guys are supposed to be soul warriors and game changers. That's who we're here for. That's what we're here for. What are we doing? Falling into fear? I don't want to be different? Bullshit. I know what I gotta do. Do you know what you gotta do? From this message, do you know what you gotta do? Where you gotta go? I do. I'm gonna say a light language to eliminate that fear and get you on your path. Boy, kitty boy, tui I boy, kitty why kitty boy, kitty boy, kitty boy. Moy kiti moy ay kito ko boy kiti moy ay kiti ito boy ay kiti So much love to all of you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you again very soon.